What is going on YouTube? It is FlopFish here and welcome to another NHL 16 video. Today we are once again in the beta and we are going to be showing off all the new masks in NHL 16. Normally I don't like to do these types of videos, but this video especially I think is very well deserving of it because I don't think people are realizing how many different masks there are in game, and something everyone's been asking for is a lot more realistic mask, and there are a lot of cool masks in here. Unfortunately there are none like official masks, but a lot of them look really well done. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's go into all the team masks, because this year, again, like I said, there's more features than ever for customizable masks, and I think you guys will like a lot of them. So you go into your masks, and you have your typical standard masks, which are just the green, that one, the red, the blue, that one, the yellow, and then the white, and then you have all the old school masks. But nah, that's not where you want to go. You want to go to your team masks, and you have two masks for the NHL teams that you can check out. So there's the Ducks. The Ducks second one's pretty nice. The first one is, it's alright. It's not my favorite. I would pass on both the Ducks ones. The Coyotes, again, pretty basic. Their second one is kind of nice. I wish they had like the Coyote's teeth over the mask. That would have been pretty cool to have in. But again, it's got the rising sun, the state in the bottom, which is nice. Onto the Black All-Stars, which actually is the old Western Conference All-Star mask. So I'm sure that'll get updated. I think these masks will be really wicked once they're updated, but they're still pretty cool. For now, they're still pretty solid at least. So onto the Boston Bruins. I really like this Bruins mask because it's got the bear claw or the B logo in the top, and it's got kind of the bear claws on the bottom, the Bruins on the side. It's overall a fairly solid mask. Their second one is your classic like 90s Bruin mask, so nothing too fancy there, just plain and simple. Onto the Sabres. I like the Sabres mask. I think the masks that'll be used are the ones that are more like kind of colorful, unique, and crazy. The Sabres one I think will be a hit amongst Buffalo fans. It's still got a lot of different colors to it, a lot of different logos in it. It's got the Buffalo slug at the bottom, the typical logo at the top, and again the second one is just your classic backup mask. Nothing too special going on there. Onto the Calgary Flames, where the first logo is it's got flames. It's got the whiteout C in the top, and again the C at the bottom. So I think this is like kind of the Kippersoft type mask, which is cool. And you got this mask again, which is another really cool mask. It's another mask that you'd see like Mika Kippersoft, where it's got the flames in the background, some thunder or some lightning shooting down from it, and again the Flames logo, and the old Flames logo is actually at the bottom there. So pretty cool mask. Oh, and I forgot to mention that all the NHL masks actually have like the Hasek masks with colors on them and with their actual things. So this would be an Artis Urbe mask actually, technically, because he played for the Canes. But these masks do have logos. Unfortunately, these ones don't. They're just team colored. So anyways, actually, and there's a secondary mask for these as well, unless it's the same. Yeah, it's just the same as that one. So anyways, the Hurricanes mask, this one is wild. It's got like the pirate. It's got a lot of things going on here. It's a fairly busy helmet. It is pretty dang cool. It's got Ward. This actually might be Cam Ward's actual mask. Now that you look at it, it says Wardo on it. So maybe they actually got Cam Ward's actual mask in here. That seems pretty legit, actually. It looks like Cam Ward's actual mask with the Wardo in there. That's pretty cool to see. I did not actually expect that. And then you got the typical backup mask, but man, that Carolina Hurricanes mask, that is pretty cool. Wow, that's a really cool mask. Lots of stuff going on there. I like to see that, though. I like to see stuff like that. Chicago Blackhawks, their first mask here. You got the Indian Chief headdress right here. I think this will be run quite a bit because it's got the typical like Chicago Blackhawks style to it. It's a cool looking mask, and again the Blackhawks will be a popular team this year because they just won the Stanley Cup. Their second one is just a typical mask, the logo kind of just cut off halfway through and flipped on both sides, and then the secondary logos at the bottom and the back of the mask. Onto the Colorado Avalanche here, where you have a typical whiteout mask. You got the foot at the bottom and the Avalanche logo is on the side. Secondary mask is a lot cooler. It's got like snow spray on it with the logos. Looks really cool. One thing to mention about all of these masks is that they're all hand designed by EA for the most part. I think the Ward mask I don't think is, but the Ward mask is really cool. It looks actually like his authentic mask, which is really cool if they got to get some authentic masks in the game. But that's a really cool mask. I like that Avalanche one. That's one that I'll think about running. On the Columbus Blue Jackets, where you have a very American themed mask here. You got the stars and the stripes and the logos on here. It's a pretty cool little mask there. And the second one is just your typical backup mask. And again, I haven't been showing these a lot, but it's just got the old school logo on it. So a lot of these masks are pretty plain. Like when you see them, they're just very basic. But anyways, the Dallas Stars, this is like a Kari Lehtinen mask. It's something, it's not overly complicated. It's pretty simple. It might be run because of the colors. This one's a little bit more fancy. It's got the Texas logo, got lots of stars to it, which is cool. It's got actually a North Star right there. The big bright star would be the North Star, so kind of to resemble the heritage there, and lots of little Dallas Stars logos scattered throughout. It looks like a little bit more of a realistic mask that you see in the NHL. To a certain extent, which is cool to see. The Red Wings mask, this one's pretty cool because it's got, Motor City, it's got the car exhaust and stuff like that. And you got the wings at the top, so on top of that you have just a typical basic Red Wings mask right here. Onto the Oilers, and again this mask is gonna be pretty basic. It's still nice. It's just a basic Oilers mask, big logo on it, kind of Grant Fuhrer-ish mask. Then you got something a little bit different with some different colors in here. You got some lightning bolts in the top, lots of Oilers logos. I wish they would have changed up a couple of the logos or something, because seeing 3 of the same logos in the font at the bottom is kind of hard. Well, it's just not the greatest, but has some potential there for sure. Onto the Florida Panthers, this mask is really cool. It's got, the kind of claws at the bottom with the logos. The logos are placed really well. Got some palm trees, some lightning bolts, and a cat out of the head, which is always cool to see. And the secondary one, again, that 90 mask here. You got the panther at the side here, and it's in some grass there in a jungle with palm trees, and the Panthers logo at the bottom. Cool logo. The Green All-Stars is going to be the Eastern Conference. Again, it's just going to be pretty basic. It's a nice mask, though. It's kind of like a Devil's mask, actually. And then this one is also just, pretty basic. Nice mask, though, again. Something simple for the people that like simplistic masks. Onto the LA Kings, where you've actually got Jonathan Quick's mask right here. That's pretty cool to see. So they did actually manage to secure, I guess, some of the masks here, because they do say the player names on them. That is pretty wicked, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting them to be mostly hand done. But this one, too, is really wicked with the secondary logo on the side there. With Bailey on this side. That's a really cool mask with the Monarchs and stuff like that. I love that mask. That mask is really cool. Actually, I believe that is Martin Jones's mask, because it's got the anchor with 31 on it. So they did actually manage to get some realistic masks, it looks like. It's pretty cool. You got the typical Wild mask here, trees, colors, logos. That's about it. This one, again, typical Wild mask. Nothing's really changed with the Wild masks at all. I think they'll be used, but not to a certain extent. Canadians, the Habs logo is really nice, because, or the Habs mask, because it's got all the logos on it. It really focuses on the heritage of the game for them. So it's got some of their older logos in there, the font. It's got one of their older logos at the bottom, and then it's got the old logo on the back of the mask too. Really cool to see that. And on to the next mask, again, it's just your typical backup mask. So, but that's a cool primary mask for all you Habs fans. It's got a lot of the heritage in there. On the Predators, this one, very typical Predators mask. It's got just the jaws everywhere. So, pretty cool to see that one. And then the other one, again, typical backup mask with the nice little old school saber tooth in the back there. On the New Jersey Devils here, primary mask, yeah, a very typical Devils mask. I think that hasn't changed in like 20 years or so. And again, same with the backup mask. These ones just haven't really changed. They're just timeless pieces of art. Islanders, you got, the nice little lighthouse there. And nothing too special there, but you got the lighthouses in the background and stuff with the Islanders logos. Simple mask. Islanders fans might like that. And then this is kind of like your just throwback, typical backup mask. So the backup mask, I wish there was a little bit more specialization with them, but overall they're pretty solid. This Rangers mask I really like with that shoulder patch logo, the old school third logo. It looks pretty clean. It looks really cool. So that's a really cool mask. And then this mask as well. It's just, you're the Statue of Liberty here, so you're just going to be defending absolutely everything, defending the freedom for your team. Onto the centers here. It looks like, you've got You got the wheat growing out the side, and then you got the golden trim to it, which is nice. Outside of that, nothing really major. And you know your typical Senators backup mask. No real reason to show much more of that. On the Flyers, where you've got an extended Flyers thing there, I am not a fan of that mask at all. The backup mask, I got the Flyers logos. I think these are a couple of the worst masks. This one's not bad. I can see people rocking this one a little bit more than the first one, but overall they're not the best masks, that's for sure. Penguins, you got penguins with glaciers in the background, same mountains as the Leafs. You'll see the Leafs in a couple of minutes here, and then you got the typical backup mask. San Jose Sharks, they should have a couple cool masks. You got the Jaws in the background there. That's a really cool mask. Oh man, I might have to rock that one. We'll have to see though. And you got your typical backup mask. So on the St. Louis Blues here, so far I think there's like 3 or 4 real player masks. You got Jones, you got Ward, and you got Quick, which is cool. You got the music notes in the background, and then you got a song in the back here. I wonder what song that is in the back. Wonder what it is. And then you got this one, typical backup mask. No real reason to dive into that. This Tampa mask is really cool. This would go well with the uniform here. It's got lightning bolts on it, got some bright colors to it. Good mask overall, and then typical backup mask. The Leafs ones, I like the Leafs ones. Actually, the Marlies one is the one with the mountains in the back. The Leafs ones are nice though. You got the Leafs everywhere. It's just clean and it looks good. And then your backup mask it's solid actually for the backup masks. It's one of the better NHL backups. On the Canucks here, where you got the cool mask right here. I love this mask. It's got the Canucks logo with the V. Again, it's a good heritage mask to it. It's just overall really solid. I like the looks of this mask a lot. Just gotta grab my laptop charger here so I don't die in the middle of this recording, which is what happened last time. Alright, so anyways, we're back. And yeah, it's just an overall solid mask. There's nothing like special about it, which is good and bad, but it's clean if you're a Canucks fan. And you got a funky orca whale in the Canucks kind of design. That's kind of cool. I don't know how much this will be run. It's got lightning again. What's with the Canadian teams and lightning? Come on, we don't even get that much lightning, but it's got like the whole fin scheme to it with the waves. It looks pretty cool. I actually want to see what the throwback mask is, because if it's the old school skate logo, which it's not, I'm kind of disappointed. Oh well. That would have been cool to do like the old school skate mask there, but I guess they went with the Dan Cloutier thing. On the Washington Capitals, pretty basic mask there. Onto the backup mask, pretty basic mask again. So some of the teams are pretty good, some of the teams have some not so good ones. AHL masks though are where it gets really cool. Here's the Albany Devils one. I'm gonna go through these as quick as possible. Here's the main one. I like these masks. The secondary one's also better than the Devils masks in my opinion. I like those ones a lot. Bakersfield Condors, you got the Condors logos with the Oilers logos. Bright mask, I think it's a little bit better than the Oilers mask. Same with this one. I find a lot of the AHL masks actually better than the NHL ones. Binghamton, you got the classic Binghamton from like the past 10 years or so. Well, not 10 years, but past few years. Backup mask, pretty straightforward. On the Sound Tigers here, the Islanders farm team, you got the logo with the tigers and the tiger teeth at the bottom. And you got this one, which is kind of cool. It's got, you know, the white logo there and the dark logo there. They're kind of inverse with the team colors. That's kind of a cool mask. On the Checkers, typical masks, nothing too fancy about it. Got the logos of all the teams there. And then you got the backup mask, which I actually like a lot. They look pretty cool. It looks pretty cool at least. And it's got the CC at the bottom. Now here's a mask that I absolutely love. This is the Chicago Wolves mask. This one, not a fan of this one, but man, the secondary mask, this one is nice with the Wolves logo with those colors. It's just bright. It's in your face. I think this is going to get a lot of action in game. I think a lot of people are going to like this mask. So that's one of my favorite masks, definitely by far so far. Onto the Grand Rapids, where they actually don't have a mask in yet. So we'll have to see if they get one eventually. Hopefully they do. It'd be nice to see. Hartford Wolfpack, here's the mask. Pretty straightforward. Got the wolf there. Secondary mask, again, same thing. Wolf there and the Wolfpack on the back. Hershey Bears. You know, you got a couple bears on the side. Pretty nice. simple bear one. I actually think Bruins fans might actually rock that more than a couple of their masks. But this one's also nice. You got the bear claw on the back and the logos on the side, but overall it's pretty plain mask. Onto the Iowa Wild here. Pretty plain masks for them. The second one's cool though. It's got the brick wall scheme with the red and green colors. I like this one more than Minnesota's. I think this, if I'm rocking a Minnesota themed mask, this would be the one I'm definitely using. And the next two teams are kind of the funky ones, where we got the Lake Erie Monsters. This one's a bit of like a throwback mask with the nice little like monster eye at the bottom there. That's kind of cool. You got the different logos here, and you got this one, which is just the logo in the top there with the monster and the eyes and the CBJ logo. I wish it was just like a bigger monster without the CBJ logo there. I think it would have looked a little bit cooler, in my opinion. Now here's the ultimate 90s mask right here. The Lehigh Valley Phantoms, the Flyers farm team. Right here, this is your 90s mask. This will be one of the most popular masks in the game because of how just funky it is. It looks really cool. It's that throwback 90s street hockey mask that you'd see everywhere. And same with their other one. It's just that throwback 90s mask. They're really cool. I like these masks. I like what they did with them. So those kudos to EA on those ones. Now the Manitoba Moose masks, these are some of my favorite masks. I'm not a big fan of the first one with the logo and stuff. The colors are clean, but I don't like the logo on the side, so it's not the one I like to rock. I like the second one. This one's really cool with like all the kind of stars or whatever in the background with the moose on the side. I've actually been using this one lately. I just like the looks of it a lot more. The Milwaukee Admirals, they got your pirate mask and stuff like that with the badges. And all the ranks for the army, and then they don't actually have a backup mask. Ontario Reign, pretty basic masks. If you're rocking any Kings masks, I suggest going with either Quicks or Jones, because those are kind of the two best in my opinion so far. Portland Pirates, this one's really cool. You got the pirate on the side, you got the skulls and crossbones in the back, and then you got one on the side there with the hockey stick and pirate on the side. That's a pretty cool mask, looks pretty graffiti, but this one is wicked. It's got the treasure map in the background with pirates, and it looks like it's on fire, has been like in an explosion or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Providence, pretty basic logo here. Really not much to say there. And then again, same with this one, really basic mask. The Bruins kind of didn't get the best masks, but that's why the Hershey Bears will be popular. Rochester Americans, typical American theme to it, nothing major there. This one I think will be somewhat popular because of just the American colors in it, the stars and stripes. It's a cool mask. I think a lot of American people will rock it. Onto the Rockford Ice Hogs, this is another 90s-ish mask. Oh, it's not my cup of tea, but other people might end up liking it. And then this mask is a little bit cooler. It's got like the pig nose at the bottom with the teeth and stuff, and it's just, it's pretty cool. It's something a little bit different. Onto the San Antonio Rampage. Holy cow, this is going to be a long video. This mask will be wicked with color, but unfortunately it is black and white, so that's a no-go there. This one's cool though, with like kind of the cracking in the background and stuff, kind of like a stampede was through. And then the San Diego Gulls, these are cool masks. I love this mask personally. It's a cool mask. You got the wings and the bright colors. I think it'll be a really popular mask. And this mask too, you got the skull on the side, the cool colors again, and the G on the side because you got to keep it G. Onto the Barracudas, you got the Barracudas on the side. Pretty simple mask here. Sharks and Barracuda logo in the background. And this one, I think this will be run a little bit because of the colors and the kind of texture to it. It's bright orange mask with the teal. Always nice. Bacon's favorite mask there with the teal there. Condors, it's like got bird holes in there or something like that. Or not Condors, Springfield Falcons. Nothing really major there. Same with this one. Pretty basic masks. Unfortunately, short end of the stick. I like the Ice Cap secondary mask. This one, not my cup of tea. It's got, the mountains and stuff on the bottom. Or I guess it's mountains because of an ice cap. But this one's really cool. It's got like the mountains on the side, and it's a very classic, clean looking mask. It's a bit of like an old school, modern Habs mask, which I kind of like. On the Stockton Heat here, where you got the flames in the background. Pretty cool mask right there. And this one, I think this one's a little bit better than the Calgary Flames mask because you got like the nice little squiggly flame there. The bottom, the flames in black and white, and then the Stockton Heat logo on the side. I think that's a pretty solid mask. Syracuse Crunch, you're going to get some crunchy logos right here. You got the big Crunch logo taking over the head. That one's not my cup of tea. Neither is this one. It's a bit like of a throwback mask here. It'd be like an early 2000s type of design. You got the logos faded with some clouds and some lightning, but Texas Stars, pretty plain. This one, pretty plain again. So, unfortunately, not the best mask. But the Marlies, man, the Marlies are really nice masks. This one's really cool. I like the looks of this mask. You know, you got the ice caps there, and you got the broken ice and the maple leaf there, and the ice on the back. Same with this one. You've got just the glaciers in the background. And then you got the Marlies logos, and then you got the kind of cracked ice pattern on the mask. Looks really cool. I like the looks of that one. I think I might use that a little bit in game this year. Your comments where if you're going to be Brizgalov and be a pro or something like that, put his mask onto this one because it's in outer space. You got, Earth, stars, the Comet Puck logo. It's just, it's going to be a popular mask because why you have to be mad. And they have also got the brick wall one here too, so I like the brick wall masks. Those are kind of cool. And then finally onto the Penguins. Bit of a throwback mask here. All the bright colors. I think people will wear this a little bit just because it's got the bright colors and stuff. And it's actually got a bit of a penguin face to it too, which is cool to see. And then same with this one again. Same thing. Just a little bit of a change up in the textures and stuff. But overall, some solid masks. Alright guys, so next video we will be going over the SHL masks. I will see you guys there.